that petition, for me, if CAF accept the petition and find Senegal, I'm not saying CAF should not find Senegal, but if CAF have to find Senegal without finding Morocco, that means CAF are being biased.
Yeah, you're welcome back to EVO SPORTS TV. My name is Albert Israel Jr. Right here with me in the studio is my beloved colleague, Chima Samuel. She's special. We're right here in the studio. So we're here to dissect one or two things that have been making the round in African football after the Nations Cup, after the AFCON. So, Chima, you heard a lot of news about the Moroccan national team through CAF. They wrote a petition to FIFA complaining that what Senegal did was an interruption. The withdrawal of the players to the dressing room was an interruption, and thereby affecting their performance. And that is actually what caused them to lose the penalty. So how is that mix going to make any sense in FIFA's rules and regulations, so to speak?
This AFCON have been marred with so many controversies, especially in terms of officiating. Before now, CAF have already fined Algeria. Zidane, the goalkeeper, have been suspended for 2 matches. Then the other player too, Begali, as well too, have been suspended with 4 games. Zidane 2 games, Begali 2 games. Then they fined the FA of Algeria $100,000. Those suspensions are going to start from 2027 AFCON qualifiers. But then, if Morocco are writing to FIFA to suspend or to fine Senegal, they are right. They are right in writing to FIFA or CAF to fine Senegal. But at the same time too, they should include in the petition the towels they were stealing, from the goalkeeper. So Senegal also need to file a petition too against them that the towels they were stealing from the back was one of the that thing also affected them mentally, and that was why they have to leave the field as well too. So if you want to fine Senegal, yes, but Senegal have won the cup, so I don't think that the fine should be, because I was hearing that they will ban them from going to the World Cup. If they do that, I feel like the whole African country should stand with Senegal and also disagree with the fine, and then also pull out from World Cup. Why do I say so? What Senegal did was very wrong. To be honest with you, what Senegal did was very, very wrong. Leaving the pitch, Papetia, or telling the players to come out of the pitch after that penalty. But then, if you need to look into that matter, you also need to judge from the aspect of the Senegalese as well too. You also need to judge about what the Moroccan did on and off the pitch. First of all, before these guys came to Rabat, or when they on their way to Rabat to the stadium, these guys were left all alone in the train station without security. Now, if those fans, if one of them had injured players like Sadio Mane or Jackson,
any of them,
any of those players there, what would have happened? So first of all, leaving them in that, exposing their life to risk, to that kind of situation, was a very big, how do I put it, like very big unprofessional from the Moroccan side. So first of all, before the game started, Moroccans were supposed to be fined for that aspect. So Senegalese should file a case too against them, so that if they are fining Senegal for leaving the pitch, which is well deserved, they should also fine Morocco for what they did as well. Now, these guys, they are in your country. Being in your country, you have the right to put, because one of the criteria of hosting a tournament is to protect life of those who are coming in. Even as a tourist, let alone professionals that are coming into the country to come and play, you expose their life to danger like that, which was very, very bad. Now they came into the pitch as well too. Okay, before they even train, you do not allow them to train in a closed place. You put them in a place where you can record them. They still refuse. All these things are not part of CAF rule. They are not part of FIFA rule. Already, Moroccans are already going out of CAF rule. They're already living out of, they're already going out of football. Now they are taking it too personal. Now, coming onto the pitch, we had the scenario where Nwabali, I even heard they want to find Nwabali too, because they have opened an investigation against Nwabali because of the middle finger was pointing to the fans. Now, we are having issues with CAF. That is why I say this is the very biggest challenge Patrick Motsepe will be facing as a CAF president, knowing whether the vice president of CAF is Leja, which is the FA of Morocco. Now I feel like these people are trying to romance with Patrick Motsepe. They are trying to push Patrick Motsepe because I feel like they buy favor from Patrick Motsepe somehow. Not just Patrick Motsepe, all the CAF president, this North African, they are being involved in this kind of antics. Even when they are playing CAF Champions League, when they are playing CAF Cup, when they are playing national team, you will see lasers being pointed on the faces of opponent. Even when they want to play corner kick, free kicks, penalty shooter. These things, you don't see them in West African countries. You don't see them in East African countries. You only see them in North African countries happening. That is in club football. Now, you talk about football. Referees that handled match against Cameroon, match against Nigeria, match against Senegal as well too. All these matches involve Morocco should also be suspended, should also be fined. First of all, the Ghanaian referee came out with an interview to say he was nervous, he was anxious in that game. So if you were anxious in that game, that means the referee have already admitted that he made a wrong calls or he made some wrong calls in that match. And wrong calls can interfere or can stop a team from playing free flow football. Because anytime you touch the ball and the referee sound the whistle against you, you touch the ball, the referee sound the whistle against you. Definitely, you don't know, maybe if you have left the whistle on sound at that moment, you don't know what will have happened. Maybe that play or that couple of 2-3 touches will have led to go or something, you don't know. So that is why in Premier League you see them allowing play to go on so well. So now, if this referee came out online to say I was anxious, I was nervous in that game, that means that is already confirmed that this referee was not able to handle that match. So definitely the referee, and that he said that was his first time he will be handling a semi-final match. Now I feel like these referees too, on their own part, I understand them, they are good somehow, because I know that this is not the first AFCON we have been playing, but the same thing, power towards you. This North African, because it's been hosted in Morocco, I feel like that presence of Moroccans also affected the officiating of this tournament, because it also made these Moroccans to make these referees to blow in favor of this Moroccan, because some of them might be afraid of their life, because if the Moroccans or authority can maltreat the Senegalese players, professional players that are well known all over the world, if they can maltreat them like this in a train station, definitely, what about referees? What about other players or fans? So the referees were scared of their life. That was why the officiating went like that. I must be honest with you. Because hosted this tournament, Gabon hosted this tournament, we did not see things like this. They did not win because the whole Africa wanted them to win. Now, not Africans too, they don't believe they are Africans. When they were playing in the World Cup, we all supported Morocco in the World Cup. Everybody was happy that Morocco was performing so well till they got to the, I think, semi-final or quarter-final. So no, semi-final. So if we were happy for you, when Morocco were not out of the semi-final, they dedicated that performance to the Arab world. They said they are dedicating it to the Arab world. So definitely they don't value the Africans. So first of all, if Moroccans are not seeing themselves as part of Africa, they see themselves as white-skinned people. So they believe that the other black-skinned or dark-skinned people are not part of them. Then the best thing is to pull out of the AFCON. Israeli signed out of this thing to join Europe. They are playing qualifiers with Europeans and they accepted them. So if you are not satisfied with the organization you are, you can pull out from me. It's not a problem. You can join the Europeans where you think you belong. Not coming here to dictate football, to turn football for the world. So now, that petition, for me, if CAF accept the petition and fine Senegal, I'm not saying CAF should not fine Senegal, but if CAF have to fine Senegal without fining Morocco, that means CAF are being biased. Why do I say so? I'm not supporting what Senegal did, but Senegal also look for a way to win the game, because they feel like this thing will be happening. You sounded the whistle against them when they scored. SAR scored a very beautiful goal. You said it was you saw an infringement, which you and I know that inside 18-yard ball, you are not supposed to sound your whistle immediately. You're supposed to allow the flow to go on so that VAR will call it. But then if the goal has scored at that moment and then they celebrate after celebrating, if you check the goal and realize that this goal was not proper, you can cancel the goal. It's allowed to cancel a goal. Even a play of 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, you can still call the play back and cancel it, just like the penalty that was given to Ibrahim Diaz. Then the penalty given to Ibrahim Diaz was a pure penalty. I blame Diop for that penalty, because if you are playing against a team and you already know that the referee is against you, the referee, you are playing away match and you are playing against a biased referee, you need to be extra careful in your 18-yard ball, anywhere. So for Diop to make that very big blunder by dragging Brian Diaz, it was a pure penalty. But referees giving that penalty, not because the penalty did not deserve to be a penalty, but because of the whole bois, the whole shenanigans and things that have happened in that game already. That was why the Senegalese have to take take that step, knowing well that if they allow them to play this penalty now, that means the game has ended. So what Senegalese did, the whole world I was happy, not because they did the right thing, but because that act of action they took also helped them. So if the Moroccans are finding are writing petition, I am waiting to see the petition, because from the things I read, I see that about $300,000 might be the fine to the Senegalese. If they fine them $300,000, is fine. They want $10 million minus $300,000 is enough. It's a good business. It's a good business. You understand? But now, if a referee, see where my challenge lies now. If you are officiating a game now, and then you see something happening at the back of Mendy's post, the Mendy's second choice goalkeeper, Senegalese second choice goalkeeper, was dragging the ball boys were dragging Mendy's towel with the Senegalese second choice goalkeeper. They were barely fighting. In fact, they were dragging this young man on the ground. Professional player, registered player in the charm that was sitting on the bench that came to the back there to take towel, to Mendy's towel. 4-5 boys, the whole fans, the whole security on the stadium, in the stadium there could not even come to help this guy. They left him because why? All of them were Moroccan. Now, are you telling me that CAF was not seeing what was happening? Officials, match commissioner, Tom Abongile was the fourth commissioner and match commissioner there. Didn't he see what was happening in that bar? Okay, now, to the extent that even Hakimi was removing Mendy's towel and throwing it to the crowd. Now, that kind of art now, properly after the game, even if Senegal even if Senegal did not walk out of the speech then, this kind of art, was it supposed to be encouraged for a host country? Because now, referee, you have the right to stop play if there's any distraction, not just on the field of play, but even outside the pitch. If that is why the referee have the right to go to the bench to give a player that is not playing a yellow card or a red card on the bench, because you heard something, or you feel like the way you behave there is unprofessional. As far as you start a game as a referee, even before starting a game, you have the right to give a player a red card. After the game, you still have the right to give a player. So if there's something happening outside the pitch, close to Mendy's post, that was a very big distraction. If Mendy was not focused during the course of the play, if they have scored Senegal with that scene in that referee will still count that thing as a goal. So why didn't you stop the play and go to the sideline and ask what is going on? And they will tell you that, okay, look at what they did. You tell your match commissioner, you run to match commissioner and say, go and address that issue. If they try that again, I'm going to give the captain or the coach or whoever is in charge, or I will not restart this game. If this what ball boys are meant to serve the two teams. If the ball boys even want to play one kind of anti, it should be delaying of balls on the touchline, not going as far as disrespecting professional player by taking their towel and then fighting to the extent of fighting with that Senegalese second choice goalkeeper, scrambling this guy on the ground, and then the whole camera, everybody, even camera did not show. It was people that were on the in the street that were videoing that kind of thing, and everybody was watching. Security was there, everybody was there. That was a very unprofessional attitude from the Moroccans. So if they are writing petition, they should also see their own side, thing that they have done. They should find Senegal, but they should also find Morocco, so that any day Morocco go away to go and play, such thing will not repeat itself, and any country that will be hosting next AFCON will not find a way to demoralize a player just because they want to win. They should win the tournament basically on the field of play.
All right, thank you. The win and host and win mentality. You see, prior to that exit of the Cameroonian players into the dressing room, the Senegalese player, when that penalty was awarded, if you notice very well, when there was a call for the referee to go to the VAR screen and watch, the entire Moroccan bench
was
technically they were there. So it was,
they are raking.
Yes, it was undue influence. They were shouting at the referee, and you see, the referee was so fragile. He didn't use his whistle and his card properly. I was thinking he was going to rise to the occasion, because on that pitch, the referee is the number one person. He's supposed to decide who stands here, who is supposed to. In the first place, there is no player or match or technical crew that's supposed to be on that screen. Yes. But look at the amount of crowd there. Yes. Now, the match between Cameroon and Morocco, there were so many referees mistake because of how the Moroccan players were all over the referee. Nigeria versus Morocco, the same thing actually transpired. The Larrier issue, the Ghanaian referee, in which at the end of the day, he spoke about the pressure on him and all of that. Now, in the final match between Senegal and Morocco, just as you pointed out, he sounded his whistle without even waiting first to check from the VAR to see how factual it is. Are you getting what I'm saying? Because for as much as you've sounded your whistle before time, perhaps it assumed that you saw it clearly. Now, the Moroccan side that wrote a petition against the Senegalese side, they shouldn't forget as well, that after that penalty, before the penalty, after the penalty was awarded, they were the one that actually had so many of the nuances. The ball boys coming after the Senegalese player, Ismail Sabahiri, the PSV player, Ashraf Hakimi, a world-known footballer, taking up a towel, throwing. So if they wrote a petition, I know they are on the one that lost. They are the one that are aggrieved. They are writing a petition. At the end of the day, as well, I know Senegal as well right to defend themselves. Yes. What Senegal did, was it right? No, it's not right. It's against CAF and FIFA. But something actually prompted it. Now, don't forget, there was an off-the-pitch antics, trying to video Senegalese where they are training and all of that. So many antics in the game. So I think it was an ounce of brilliance from... You may see it as a foolish brilliance, but whatever thing I will do to ensure that I win you, it's like a war, it's a strategy.
Because the Moroccans too were doing their own.
They were doing theirs, you understand? So Papa Thiaw, don't forget, as these players went into the dressing room, Sadio Mane was standing there. Claude Leroy came and spoke to him. Too, yes, Papa El Hadji Diouf came and spoke to him before he started calling these players. But at that time, everywhere was already at ease and all of that. So let them go ahead with their petition. We'll see what FIFA and CAF comes out with. But let's look at something. Let's look at the Fair Play Award given to the Moroccan side. What, in the first place, what is even Fair Play Award? What do you understand about fair play? Don't people where they were well behaved, the way they conducted themselves? Because the same Moroccan side has a fair play award in the under-20 World Under-20 Championship. They had the fair play award. The fair play award comes with the amount of card not conceded, maybe yellow and red card, your conduct and everything you put together in it. How disciplined you are, you put in a particular tournament. Now, CAF has given Morocco the fair play award. What's your take on this?
That is still what I'm saying. It's like CAF are dancing to the Moroccan tune. And Patrick Motsepe said something about hosting tournament, and Morocco have come to their rescue several times. So I feel like these Moroccans are beginning to put words in CAF mouth.
Is it a sort of a man politics?
You understand? Yes, I feel like there's a little bit of politics in it, because either they are scared of these North Africans, or the North Africans are contributing some large quantity of maybe finance or bringing in some status. So maybe they are scared, maybe they don't want to lose this North Africa, or this North Africans still behaving like they are white, and then these people are dark-skinned people. So definitely, why would this dark person come and overrule me, or come and, all of those things, like, so which I am against that, because
in the first place, Nwabali was throwing a banana.
Yes. Now, okay, look at that. God bless. Okay, look at that Nwabali issue now. You had a goalkeeper in the post, and then the ball boys were going to take away towel. And it was raining in your country, where there was rain, and the gloves cannot grip ball so well. These goalkeepers had their towels in the net, where you know that everywhere in the world, this is natural. This is how goalkeepers always be, even with their bottled water and towel. Now, the ball boy, who told the ball boys to have that guts to go there to take those towels, if not the authority in that stadium? Who told them to do that? Okay, they did that the first time. Then the second time, they were giving Nwabali different towel. Once Nwabali keep it there, and the time they will go there to take that towel, they do not take it when there's no ball coming to our 18. They take those towel when they're about to score Nigeria, so that if they want to take the towel, if Nwabali want to intervene, they will score. Now, so what kind of politics is inside the field of play in 2026? In 2026, you are doing like this. You are allowing your country to behave like this, and you want to go and play the World Cup, and you want to host World Cup. Yes. Know that the Moroccans, they have a very good team. They have a very good score, but they have overshadowed their performances with this kind of anti. You must not win, even though you have won the tournament for the only once. Is that why you have to come and win it by force, by fire? So now, in this Fair Play Award now, I feel like the Fair Play Award did not really deserve it. They were trying to please the Moroccans. They were trying to let the Moroccans feel so pleased that maybe next time they will host them, maybe because I know there's one office in Morocco or Egypt or so, but I feel like the CAF president's office is in Cairo, but maybe they are moving to Morocco. I don't know. So I don't know why they are trying to please them. Even when the Senegalese won the cup, to present the cup to the Senegalese was even difficult for them. Patrick Motsepe was trying to pass the trophy to Fatino was telling them, say, go give these two people that I don't want near them. Or no, those kinds of things. They were just misbehaving, which was not bad. So it was visible that you don't like this set of people or you wanted these people to win. Football have gone beyond that. Even in the whole 90 minutes game, Senegalese played far better than the Moroccans in that game. So, but then CAF was hearing all the way against Super Eagles. You did not open, you did not even comment anything over the referees that officiated. You could not even say anything. In the tournament already, they gave Burkina Faso player, they gave Algeria penalty that Mahrez scored. And then Traore complained about it. Traore was fined $10,000 and he was banned because he spoke out against Tanzania against Morocco. Tanzania saw penalty, 9-minute penalty in extra time. They did not give them that penalty. They shouted and shouted. Then the coach spoke out in press conference. CAF have not come to address. There was one that CAF accepted against was it Mali or so. CAF admitted in their technical crew meeting that it was a mistake from the VAR and from the ref. How can VAR and ref make mistake at the same time? That shows how poor our officiating have been. So, but I feel like it was not only for the refs. I feel like the organization really gingered this officiating, because if CAF have been speaking out against the ill treatment these Moroccans have been giving other teams, and then the officiating, if any of those referees have been suspended by now, say, okay, the way you officiated this game, you are banned or you are suspended in the next 6 months. You will not officiate any game until you go and improve. Other referees will know what to do. But then you allow this team, you allow it like Nwabali did not even make complaint about it. Nigeria did not walk out of pitch against Morocco. You saw the whole antics against Nwabali. You did not speak up. You did not say anything. The same thing kept on happening against Senegalese. Then this guy now walked out of the stadium, out of the pitch. Now you want to give them, you want to find, you are still giving the same people fair play award. Fair play for what? If one of those Senegalese players have been injured by exposing them to danger, what would have happened? Is it because they survived it? Can these Moroccans take these things if they go to Senegal to play away match? If these Moroccans, if they go to any country, okay, let's assume these Moroccans are playing against Europeans. Will they behave like that against England? Can Moroccans do like that against Brazil? Can Moroccans behave like that against Spain? Will they do like that against Spain? They won't do that. So CAF should not encourage. In as much as we are against what Senegal did in the final, but as well, if all these things have not started, Senegalese have been watching and they have been carrying it in mind that look at the way they treated Cameroonians against Morocco. Then CAF did not say anything. Look at the way Samuel Eto'o spoke out. They fined Samuel Eto'o $20,000. They still fined him for 4 matches. Nothing. You do not say, okay, if you are finding people that reacted, you should also be finding those things that got them that brought out that reaction, so that the people that reacted will know that, okay, next time I will not react because you have banned. But when I slap you and the referee did not say anything, definitely tomorrow if I slap you, you slap me back, because you feel like since the referee is not separating us, then you have to retaliate. But that was what the Senegalese did. I'm not saying it's right, but if they are finding Senegal, they should find it. So if you are giving Morocco fair play award, they should not forget that Morocco will not host every tournament. That means next tournament too, a country will be hosting it. If Morocco go there to play that tournament, if they are taking their towel and they are misbehaving, and then they come to the airport to go and play, but they leave them with angry fans or so. If they come to Lagos and play, they leave them with fans in Lagos, in Sule, or they go to South Africa to play, they leave them with fans in Pretoria. That time they go not say their own fans still they better pass these people fans. If they stab Hakimi or they stab Mazwai at the back, that is very, very bad. They don't even consider the human life at fault before even thinking about the trophy. Then that was why when they lost the trophy, it was as if Jesus Christ came. It was as if they won. In fact, it was as if they won the whole World Cup, because everybody was against Morocco, not because they did not play well or not because they did not host a very good tournament, but because the way they behave. They have removed football from a game of fun and love. They now turn it to become a physical war. So that fair play award I was given to them, I did not buy to it at all. It was a very wrong call from CAF.
Yes. I think the fair play award, just as you actually pointed out, you identified the first ever CAF vice president is from Morocco, and a lot of things, because the Moroccan national team side in this AFCON, it's a team we've been following for the past 5-6 years. They've been performing incredibly well, going to the World Cup, their last World Cup, getting to the semi-final, qualifying for the World Cup, winning all their matches in landslide, playing very well. But I wouldn't know. I think this thought of host and win syndrome was particularly leveled on these players. This North African team, truth to be told, they are very, very secretive. Maybe they might they've gotten a host and win mentality that somebody in the ministry or somewhere have told them. Because I don't expect such behavior from the Moroccan national team, a well-compacted team that have good players against Cameroon, against Nigeria, against a team like Senegal.
The female team, they did that to Oshola to Super
To
Falcons.
Super Falcons, yes.
Because they wanted the female team, the Moroccans to win as well.
Exactly.
But because those girls too, they fought in that game. That was why they were able to win the Moroccans on their game. Nobody was happy because of this.
The goals the Falcons scored, you can't disallow.
Yes,
you can't rule it out.
If not,
yes,
they will have come back to cancel.
You understand? So I'm grossly disappointed about the Moroccan side, their antics. For them to even think of writing a petition and CAF for even think of giving them a fair play award. So this calls for my question. What is the basic criteria or ingredient to be given a fair play award? What is fair play? We're asking CAF. CAF, under the leadership of Patrice Motsepe, and FIFA under the leadership of Gianni Infantino, what is the yardstick, or what are the yardstick to have the FIFA or CAF Fair Play Award? Because we've seen the Moroccan side with so many haphazard attitude to referees, to opposition players, and all of that. The only thing that the Senegalese players did that day was to leave the pitch to the dressing room. They came back, they were of good manner. The only problem there was the fact that the Moroccan side went, I tell you the truth, if not for the fact that the Moroccan players and the technical crew, they seem as if they were the people wanting to determine what the referee would do. The referee did not even have time to check his screen and the VAR. There was no time for him to, because the noise on him was just too much.
You know what happened? Even when Senegalese scored that goal, the Sarr was shouting for the referee to go and check
the VAR. Yes.
The same way Brian Diaz did. Do you know what the referee did? He gave Sarr a yellow card for trying to detect
for him.
What will I do? But what I will do? But then when he goes to Ibrahim Diaz, you did not give Ibrahim Diaz card. Ibrahim Diaz was literally shouting and screaming, even from everybody was shouting. So now, when the Super Eagles were playing too, the same thing were happening. If our player come to protest, you blow against them, you shout at them. When the Moroccans, how can match between Nigeria and Morocco? Nigeria got 2 yellow cards. Morocco did not get even a single card, despite all the old fouls by Kabi against Kabi Basse, all the old fouls of Hakim, all the old fouls of Ibrahim Diaz against Super. You could not even caution one person with all the old shots and everything. It was, in fact, the thing was glaring, and I was very disappointed in that aspect. CAF did not get it. In fact, they were scared. Okay, now if all this referee, despite this Daniel Leanabi liar coming out to speak that said he was anxious, and then the Senegalese, the referee, okay, look at the setup that I suspected in this thing now. If you watch the referee against Cameroon, it was a black referee, I think from which country said, and that Mauritius also. If you watch the one against Nigeria, black referee, Ghanaian referee. If you watch the one against Senegal, black referee. So now they are trying to make it look like it's the black referee that is not good. And meanwhile, why didn't they appoint an Egyptian referee? Why didn't they appoint a referee from UK? Now, Abongile, that was for me the best referee in this tournament. Abongile, the best referee in this tournament. You made him 4th official. You did not put Abongile in the VAR. Against Super Eagles, Abongile was in the VAR. Now, against Senegal, you did not put Abongile in the VAR. Because if Abongile was in VAR, maybe Abongile would have called for that goal that Senegal scored, or Abongile would have not agreed for referee to check, or would have told the referee that Ibrahim Diaz ball, he should forget about it. Now, a whole top referee like that, you did not let him undo the final. One, that was a very big mistake from CAF. You did not allow him to be in a VAR room as well to decide. You totally put Abongile off the game totally. You now put Abongile as 4th commissioner, somebody that will be changing player. Okay, now Abongile as the match commissioner did not see all the antics that was going on outside the pitch. Did you think he did not see them? He saw them, but possibly there might be higher powers that have suppressed his power of calling the referee's attention to this, because referee have the power to decide anything. I've been watching matches in Premier League where even if a fan is dying or something happened in a session or in a part of those in the stadium, if the ref suspect any foul play upstairs, not even on the field of play, the referee has the right to stop the play, to ask them to go and check what is going on there. Why? Because the life of those players there are at risk if there's anything wrong going on. So definitely the referee did not get it. So if you are now giving these people fair play award. Then what is the meaning of fair play? You are trying to change the rules of fair play. I hope tomorrow, if they treat Moroccans like that in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Ghana, or in Senegal, you are going to give Nigeria fair play award for handling them like that as a man. That is what you are telling. No. So I feel like CAF is trying to compromise because it involves the North Africans.
Yes, I think I accept that adjective. They're trying to compromise. But quickly, before we draw the curtain on this subject, Abongile Tom, with no disrespect to Jack Ngambo, the referee of the Congo DR that officiate Morocco and Nigeria, with no disrespect to Daniel Larry as well, the referee from Ghana. The Ghanaian league today, as I speak to you, if you go to the pitch to watch game, you can actually count spectators on some certain match. You count people.
Yes.
The Congo DR, you go to watch their league games, you can count spectators.
Yes.
But in South African league, even Chippa United at the rock bottom is playing Stellenbosch. The stadium is full to its brim. Now look at which type of matches, on which leagues the Ngambo and what is it called? Daniel Larry officiate. I say with no disrespect to their level of professionalism and the country they are from. But if you have Tom Abongile as a third official or a VAR official in a semi-final match and in a final match, a referee that is officiating in one of the best league in Africa, where he's used to crowd pressure. Are you getting it from fans? A stadium, Kaiser Chiefs Stadium, or Mamelodi Sundowns Stadium, all of these stadiums, some of them are 45,000 capacity, 50,000 capacity stadium, full to its complete capacity. The booze, the cheers, and all of these things. Somebody like Tom Abongile will be in the center referee, curtailing no matter the level of excesses. He's the same person that is kept as a VRA official. He's the same person that is kept as a fourth official at the expense of two referees that are not well experienced in this level. That's where I think, and I subscribe to what you said. Perhaps there is, there is a discrepancy.
And it's not as if it's their country that is playing.
It's not their country that is playing, yes, because you're supposed to give, they say, who the cap fits, let him wear it.
Morocco is from North Africa. Yeah. Senegal is, I think, East Africa.
West Africa. Senegal, West Africa.
West Africa, right? So why didn't you put
Abongile from South Africa?
From South Africa.
So I agree on that.
Okay, but Nigeria, West Africa, Morocco, North Africa, but you put Daniel Larry of Ghana, West Africa to blow. So you push him to go and kill his brother. That is what you are telling us now.
Yes, I think there is a level of politics in this. I want Patrice Motsepe to take a rethink on this as he project the Next Nations Cup. After the Next Nations Cup, we're looking at the UEFA Nations League. He should actually check and know that whatever thing he's doing, because sometimes you may do something very good, just one or two flaws. You understand? You just spoil it with that. But let's quickly check on this. Just within yourself, I know in my own thoughts, Morocco do not deserve the Fair Play Award, looking at the indices that makes up the Fair Play Award. But I want to look within yourself, in your perspective. If you want to choose like 3 teams in this tournament so far that we've watched the AFCON, which 3 teams do you think are worthy to be nominated for that Fair Play Award?
I think the Super Eagles should have been given the Fair Play Award.
Yeah.
Because what I said the Super Eagles should have, because they conducted themselves. So apart from the Osimhen and Lookman,
that was our personal issue.
A personal issue sometimes can lead to public issue.
Yeah.
Because if you fight on the field of play, the referee can give both of you red card, despite being a teammate. But aside from that, in terms of discipline, officiating, Nigeria accepted everything that was thrown on them at them in that AFCON. They didn't really make it look like it was a big deal. Even Mabali's all those stealing of towel. Mabali did not even make it big. He was still handling the whole thing, apart from the finger and the middle finger I pointed at them. But he didn't make it look like big. In fact, when we began to even see the video was when Senegal started happening. That was when we begin to the video of Mabali begin to start. So I feel like the Super Eagles deserve the Fair Play Award, because after everything, all the whole thing that happened in AFCON, all the whole officiating, Nigeria accepted everything. They played their ball against Morocco. All the whole thing that happened, yellow card, all the whole fighting, all the taking of towel, they still accepted against Egypt too. This North African, they are also somehow. So Nigeria just played their ball naturally, without compromising, without looking at the result, without minding and without blaming anything. No fight on the bench, no quarrel on the bench. Anything the referee sounding, anytime the referee sound his whistle, there's no protest from the bench, from the Super Eagles. Everybody just shout, oh, but they just kept on playing like the Nigerian. So Nigerian team deserve the fair play. I would have said Senegal, but because of the whole thing that happened, walking off the pitch, that disqualified them for me from getting the fair play, because they also endured a little bit of premature treatment from the Moroccan by leaving them with mobs and then maltreating them, all of those. But the Super Eagles had there was no issues with them at all. So they deserve the fair play award.
All right, thanks.
I don't feel that they came third in this tournament.
All right, thanks for your thoughts. Thanks, viewers out there. Thanks for staying glued to EVO Sports TV. We want to ask you, our fans, our teaming fans, help us go much more on this numero uno footballing sport dial, EVO Sports TV, by subscribing on our YouTube channel at EVO Sports TV, Facebook at EVO Sports 247, and TikTok at EVO Sports TV. I remain your host for today, Albert Israel.